A lower percentage does not mean it's cheaper, because a percentage of revenue oftentimes is also corresponding to how much revenue you're going to get. I just got done with an explanation over multiple days with Mrs. D. Mrs. D is a perfect example of a pitfall story that we hope to educate future property investors to avoid falling into these common pitfall traps. So, what was the mistake Mrs. D actually made? She started with the wrong mindset, and she couldn't really understand a simple apples to apple comparison. But it's not her fault. There's actually many people in the marketplace that will stumble upon the same pitfall, and if you listen to me for a few minutes, I'll explain. The mistake is Mrs. D chose to go with a cheaper management option, something that was 10% of revenue rather than the other percentage which Boca Vista offered, which was 20%. So this is a common pitfall because it fails to compare apples to apples. What Mrs. D should focus on is not actually the percentage, but what it's costing her in terms of the overall revenue performance that she could get when evaluating a property management company against another one. An apples to apples comparison that Mrs. D should have looked at is contract value. How much is the management company pledging to get you in terms of a revenue target over the course of a 1, 2, or 3-year contract? How long is the contract actually good for? You don't want hit and run property management companies that promise low percentages and then bail out as soon as they don't find out that they are making any progress. You want to sign with a property management company that is in there for the long term for you, and also you want to compare contract value to contract value. So the reasoning is that performance costs more money. It is far harder to compete at the top 1 to 3% of all the properties in Bali than it is to compete in the lower tail. Fact is that most properties, they are generally undercompeting against the top ones, which means that the majority of property managers don't get very many bookings. So therefore, don't make the pitfall mistake of asking just for percentage. Ask for what is the contract value. Good contracts can always be backed up with the money back guarantee or a highest bid offer. The money back guarantee just simply allows you to know as an investor that your management company is not over promising on what they're doing. It also lets you know if you're buying from a developer, if they've overpromised to, then you should be able to, well, get some of that money back as well. All right, just a simple quick tip for those of you who are investing in Bali to learn from. Don't make the same mistake that Mrs. D made. Be a smart investor and invest wisely. Remember, I'm just offering advice. Don't trust anybody, trust yourself. Check this out on ChatGPT. If it doesn't make any sense, use the tools provided by you and get the right answers in Bali property investment.